People often refer to me as wine snob, fancy pants. Honestly, excuse me for liking nice things. But that actually makes me the perfect person to ask what wines to serve to a picky wine drinker.
So you're having a wine snob over for dinner? My first suggestion would be to try to cancel that reservation. But if your significant other tells you, no, we have to have him over.
Here's a couple suggestions that I, a wine snob, recommend. The best thing to do is try to surprise them with something off the beaten path and kind of esoteric.
Seek out something that has a story behind it that you can tell at the dinner table.
Yes, you can go for a big name that they recognize and it'll be well received, but I would always go to a lesser known wine region or pick a grape varietal that isn't so common, and that way it gets them thinking a little bit.
I love Cannonau from Sardinia. Really interesting wine from the island of Sardinia. Cannonau made a big splash a couple of years ago. Dr. Oz actually featured it on his television show when he talked about all the great health benefits of Cannonau from Sardinia. Apparently, Sardinia has the highest concentration of centenarians in the entire world. And they attribute part of that to the wine Cannonau, which is full of antioxidants and resveratrol, which helps you live to be 100 years old.
White Bordeaux is a Sauvignon Blanc based wine that has another grape called Semillon in it. And Semillon is really cool because it's oily and heavy. So when it's co-fermented or blended with Sauvignon Blanc to make these White Bordeaux, you end up with a big wine with flavor and structure and a ton of mineral content, but it doesn't taste like a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It doesn't taste like Napa Valley, but it has all of this weight and exciting structure, and it's going to be sort of an academic drink that a wine snob will certainly enjoy and be excited about.
Another wine I think that's great for that picky wine drinker is Sancerre. Sancerre has become ever popular these days. Loire Valley Sauvignon Blanc from a good producer like Bernard Fleurier is absolutely delicious, and you can buy a great bottle of Sancerre for $25 or less.
For a red wine that's really off the beaten path, there's a grape called Mencia, or if you're from Spain, it's pronounced Mencia. So if you really want to be a wine snob, you'd pronounce it Mencia. But it's an indigenous grape to the Iberian Peninsula, and it's kind of likened to Gamay or Pinot Noir in the fact that it's lighter in body and style, but it's a very, very ageable wine that pairs with a ton of food. It loves game, it loves pork, it does beef if it needs to, hard cheeses, soft cheeses. It has a lot of cranberry and cinnamon spice to it, red fruits, berry fruits. It's a really, really cool wine that your wine snob friend might not have even heard of before.
Here's what you don't need to do when you're having that picky guest over. Do not shop for your wine in a grocery store. Show that guest that you put some effort into finding a special bottle of wine. You don't want them to think that you picked up the wine while you're buying your toilet paper and cat food.
Wine snobbery can be loud and proud,
or quiet and elegant.
Either way, if you're hosting a picky wine drinker, stop by one of our ABC Fine Wine and Spirits locations across the state of Florida, or visit us online at abcfws.com. We're happy to help you pick out the perfect wine for your pickiest of wine friends. And check out some of our other videos.